What's happening, peeps? It's your boy, Allan here, and Mario. We know the guy, the totally tube Italian man who's been racking the world.
And Princess Peach, am I right? Did you know he's getting a movie next year?
That's right, Super Mario's going to be hitting the big screen in 1993, and don't you worry everyone, I'm going to be first in line to watch this box office hit. What could go wrong?
I wouldn't want to be that guy.
Super Mario is the game franchise most people go to as their first gaming experience, and some people just don't grow up, myself included. I mean, what could you have against the guy? He runs, he jumps, he wears red and blue. Dude, he's just like me! And recently he's jumped from the cozy world of Nintendo to the big screen. The Super Mario Bros. Movie was a smash hit at the box office, outperforming Frozen, Toy Story, and even The Boss Baby. The movie had so much going for it. Built off of a 30+ year long history, there was no way this film was going to flop. That much can't be said about the 1993 movie. Before Illumination could get their grubby banana-covered hands on the film rights, there was another Mario movie released back in 1993, starring Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo as Mario and Luigi respectively. Mario was a gaming icon, so why wouldn't you want to make him into a movie? The games had already spawned a variety of Mario cartoons, and they were well received, so it seemed like a no-brainer to adapt him for the silver screen, and that's what Roland Joff thought. Originally, he tried to reassure Nintendo that they could have as much creative control as they wanted. However, Nintendo responded by saying that they had no interest in having any sort of control, believing that the Mario brand was strong enough to allow experimentation within the outside industries. The story about how this movie came out is fascinating, from multiple rewrites to convincing Bob Hoskins to even Disney buying the rights to Mad Max death races. But that's a story for another time.
Salutations everyone, my name is TheAldroid, and sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, and let's watch the film that ended the 1985 to 1993 run of TheAldroid, Super Mario Bros. The movie.
Oh hey, would you look at that, it's the Mario theme. Enjoy it while it lasts, because this is as close as we're getting to this film feeling like a Mario movie.
A long time ago, the Earth was ruled by dinosaurs.
The movie starts off with a narration from the most stereotypically sounding Brooklyn man imaginable, narrating over some funky pixel art animation. Hey, it's just like the video game! Mario Skunk is my favourite. The opening monologue sets up the story for this movie. You know, the thing Mario games are most famous for. Most times it's just a simple setup. You got the Princess Peach, you got the Bowser takes the princess, Mario gets angy-sangy, and then goes on a quest to get the girl back. In this film, however, it opens up with alternate realities and quantum physics. You know, standard Mario shtick. The narrator proposes a question for the audience to ponder. What if the meteorite that struck the Earth millions of years ago created a parallel universe where the dinosaurs survived and kept evolving in parallel to the human race and now scheming to merge our two realities into one chaos universe ruled by Dennis Hopper? After that opening, we see a woman running to a nunnery to drop off a mysterious basket. Ooh. Running woman retreats to the sewers, looking around to see if she's safe, only for...
Where's the rock?
The sewer caves in, for some reason, turning the mysterious woman into a lovely meat pate. We cut back to the nuns watching the egg hatch and reveal... a baby?
I don't think that's how reproduction works. But women won't talk to me, so I can't be sure.
Then we cut to the present, a dingy Brooklyn apartment where our heroes live, the Mario Brothers.
Mario Brothers Plumbing, no leak too small. No, don't touch it. No, it's not a big problem. Just leave it to the professionals.
Seeing the live-action versions of the Mario Brothers now feels so strange. Most of us would have probably grown up hearing Charles Martinet's famous voice for the characters, paired with their modern design. Look at him! He's so friendly and lovable, but when this film came out, we hadn't even heard the official Mario voice. The only source that they had was the Mario cartoons, which were famous for giving him a more Brooklyn accent. This is so fascinating to watch. It's like a time capsule of how Mario used to be perceived in the early days of the character and franchise. Nowadays we have decades of games to draw from, so it's really interesting to see what they managed to get out of a few pixels in a hat. It's not a bad thing. I actually quite like these versions of the Mario Brothers. Bob Hoskins is really fun to watch in the role. I love his Brooklyn accent. I grew up watching the reruns of the Super Mario Bros. 3 and Mario World cartoons on Pop, so hearing the accent kind of threw me into a nostalgia fest. And I do actually see Hoskins as Mario. I don't know what it is about him, but he has a charm in the role that I just adore. Luigi is also here, played by John Leguizamo, watching a show about all the paranormal and parallel universes. Totally not reminding us of the premise of the film. Hoskins and Leguizamo have amazing chemistry in this movie, and while their dynamic doesn't represent the current iterations of the Mario Brothers, they do feel very realistic and grounded. Speaking of dynamics, Luigi in this film's very laid back, adventurous, ready to leap into action, very different from modern day Luigi. In fact, Mario in this film's more like current Luigi, not cowardly, but less likely to jump headfirst into adventure. It's like they swap personalities. I can't really say it's because the franchise is still quite new, as Luigi was also quite cowardly in the cartoons. Still love their dynamic though, so no points deducted from me. Mario gets a call to fix a broken dishwasher at a cafe. We learn that they're broke, Luigi likes to watch trashy daytime TV, and Mario likes to throw boots on Luigi's balls. The brothers are off, and this is when we get introduced to one of the minor antagonists of the film.
Scapelli. They beat us to it again. Another lost job.
Huh. You got beaten to a job that you were exclusively called for. This is such a nothing moment in the film that serves no purpose to the plot because Scapelli isn't even introduced here. He's introduced in the next scene.
Speaking of which, in the next scene we learn of an archaeological dig going on where Scapelli's company is supposed to be doing some construction work. And this is where we meet Daisy. Not Peach, Daisy. Scapelli threatens her to finish her work tonight or she would disappear. Ooh, classic cartoon villain stuff. Oh look, more henchmen. These two are responsible for all the missing women in New York City. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention women were going missing, oops. Meet Spike and Iggy Cooper, King Cooper's cousins. Not just kids this time round. They spot Daisy, eat dog, smack glass, the usual. Daisy then bumps into Luigi, who just kind of stares at her while Mario fixes up their van.
It's a pleasure to meet me. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Dinner.
Do you eat?
Yeah,
Dinner?
sure.
I do not care about the quality of the rest of this film. These two are wonderful adaptations of the Mario Brothers. They're fun, they have such great chemistry, they are the saving grace of this movie. Everything that comes out of Luigi's mouth in this movie is flipping golden. He's away with the fairies for half of the film, and I love it. A lot of what he does is just down to him going, you just gotta believe. That's pretty much his main character motivation in this film. Oh, and also Daisy as well, if you couldn't tell. Also, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the first time Luigi and Daisy were depicted as love interests. I know she was Luigi's caddy in NES Open Tournament Golf, but I don't think they were actually love interests. Huh. Funny how these things turn out. We also learn of the doohickey around Daisy's neck. The only thing she has when she was found was a baby egg. She was an egg. When does the main plot start to happen? The date continues with Daisy showing Luigi some bones. Surprise! Scapelli goons spawn in, breaking a water pipe and causing mild flooding in the bone pit. The pair rush off to get Mario to do some plumber biz when, surprise, blunt force trauma. Now the real plot begins. Mario and Luigi make haste to find Daisy. Damn, I guess they walked off that blunt force trauma like it was nothing. I guess you get immune to it after headbutting bricks for 35 years. Hot on the heels of the kidnappers, the Mario Brothers run into one of the most terrifying things in the world. 90s CGI.
Daisy!
Melting faces coming out of a portal embedded in stone? Wow, classic Mario.
Daisy manages to break through the 90s CGI, offering Luigi a chance to grab the stone before she's sucked back in. Mario and Luigi follow after her, and are met with some more— oh my god. There is no better way to describe the scene better than a fever dream.
Guess Mario ate the wrong kind of shrooms this time.
This joke was brought to you by BoringAssJokes.com. It wasn't funny in the 90s, and it's still not funny now. The brothers continue their pursuit and have arrived in Dinosaur World, and oh my word. I'm not gonna say that the sets look bad, or far from it, they look amazing. For a dystopian city, it's got a good blend of bright colours and murky walls, punk-dressed pedestrians and multi-layered walkways. It's visually appealing. However, it's not Mario. This is Dino Hatton, a warped version of our own world where dinosaurs have evolved to be the dominant species, yada yada. If you cannot remember the opening monologue to this film, I'm not jogging your memory. Porn film! And my Mario movie? Also, don't worry about remembering that opening monologue, because King Koopa just tells us it all over again.
65 million years. We've been exiled here after the meteorite struck.
Why are you telling her this? She's from Dino Hatton too. This is her history as well. Oh, wait. Do you think the porn flick in the previous scene is actually a documentary? Koopa starts blabbing about wanting the resources on the human world as all the good stuff's depleted over on their side of the dimensional pond. Koopa's big plan is to merge the two worlds together, and we get an explanation of why he needs Daisy, or specifically, the Rock.
I captured the princess. She's being defungused.
But I took her through the gateway.
I recognized her.
How does he know that? In fact, how do any of them know what Daisy looks like? Last time they saw her, she was an egg!
You look just like your mother.
Can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs.
This entire section of the film is just exposition central. It's King Koopa explaining his plan so the audience knows what he's trying to do, which they already know, as well as just give some plot relevance to the pendant Daisy wears.
Without that piece, the meteorite lays dormant. I'll not be able to merge the dimensions.
Koopa in this movie isn't a massive turtle, obviously. He's actually...
No one touches President Koopa!
A president? Wait. We have Princess Daisy. So that must mean that there is a king and a queen. The queen was Daisy's mother, who's either dead or in hiding. The king was usurped by Koopa. We learn that later on in the film. So why is Koopa a president? I mean, why not king? It's not like he's president forever either. There's posters everywhere saying elect Koopa or vote Koopa. Actually, no, I'm wrong. Later in this film, he does call himself King Koopa.
King Koopa here.
What the fuck am I watching? Alright, some positives. This opening scene for President Koopa and Lena, Koopa's wife, I think, sets up their motivation in the movie quite well, albeit for the pretty expository dialogue. Spike and Iggy are fun to watch. Their dynamics are great. We learn that Lena has a distaste for Daisy. It's actually quite layered. It's a bit childish, but it's also a family movie. A family movie with an in-universe porno film airing. Koopa finds out that the Mario brothers have the stone, the MacGuffin he needs to merge the dimensions together. How does it work?
If you want to be nitpicky and try and figure out how MacGuffins work in Mario, you'll spend the rest of your life figuring out how the games work. Shut up and enjoy the movie.
But it's okay, all Koopa needs to do is find the Mario brothers and get the MacGuffin. Oh my god, it's an elderly woman!
Alright.
It's okay. The elderly woman is probably dealt with by this lovely lady, Bertha, who takes the MacGuffin for herself and activates her... the Womp Boots. I'm not gonna lie, this seems like the best way to travel around this city. Why is nobody else hopping around on these? This looks so fun! After this riveting escape from Bertha, the brothers just kinda give up. But it's okay, this fine gentleman comes in with a guitar to serenade them.
Got no resources in a great big stupor, all because of the evil King Koopa.
Okay, now he's back to being King Koopa. The inconsistencies in this film, come on.
We're just 1/4 of the way into this movie, and I think the biggest flaw it has is that it's not a Mario movie. And I know that I have used the fact that this is still early on in the franchise's life to excuse some things, but the argument is just gonna fall flat on its face the further we go into this film. Characters just don't resemble their in-game counterparts. Mario and Luigi are wearing each other's colours for the majority of the film. The environments are drab, and while they still have colour, it's a massive departure from any of the game worlds, even the cartoons. Super Mario World was the most recent mainline game to have come out before this film's release. You can see some shreds of inspiration with the fact that the film takes place in Dinosaur World, Yoshi's in it, etc, but come on! That game was the most vibrant, varied, and colourful game yet! So what the hell happened here? You can tell a lot of care and effort was put into these expansive sets, but it's just not Mario. Never mind, let's continue forward. Surely nothing else will annoy me more in this—
You know the law, Toad!
Toad! I've had it. I'm losing the plot. Did no one on the costume department do any research on the characters? Like, I know it's live action and it's the 90s. You're not gonna get some guy to put on a mushroom hat and call it a day. I get it, it's gonna look a bit goofy in live action, but do something that resembles their video game counterparts. Or even better, just don't adapt Toad. Why is Toad here? President Koopa, I understand, you're gonna make him more humanoid, he's gonna be in it for the majority of the film, I get that, but do something! It's pretty obvious this film wasn't cheap, so if you're not gonna make the movie characters resemble their game counterparts at all, then why make it a live action film? Why not animated? That would have been so much easier! Let's just keep going. Toad gets arrested, and therefore the brothers get arrested as well, because the police see that they're plumbers or whatever. Next scene.
Name?
Mario.
Last name?
Mario.
Okay, look, how many Marios are there between the two of you?
It's three. It's Mario and Luigi Mario.
Ah, so that's why they're called the Mario Brothers. Also, what?
Also, what the hell is going on in this scene? It took me a couple of rewatches to pick up on everything going on, but this woman's rubbing her foot on the policeman's shoulder, and this guy smashes some glass to begin stabbing someone. Is this the 90s equivalent of putting Subway Surfers under your short video so people don't lose interest? There is so much going on in every scene in Dino Hatton, and it's just some stupid slapstick or borderline adult themes that get me confused on who this is trying to appeal to. After this, the brothers get defungused by having their balls frozen.
Hey, yo, Mario, look, I grew an inch.
Hey, what's that? What's that? What? Oh, my God. Oh, no.
Alright, that was a funny joke. I'll give them that.
Oh boy, another exposition dump. Toad somehow deduces that the Mario Brothers are from another dimension, and we hear about the whole universe splitting thing for the third time.
You know, according to history, a long time ago, big meteorite came and blasted our universes into parallel dimensions.
Yeah. He also pulls the theory of the old king being the fungus plaguing Dino Hatton just out of his ass randomly. Seriously, just out of nowhere, he proclaims that he's been de-evolved into fungus and is wreaking his revenge. Oh, come on. Really? Really? This is the best way you're going to introduce that plot point? Koopa then visits the brothers in jail, asking for the meteorite piece. Luigi asks what that is, and Koopa proceeds to gouge his f***ing eyes out.
Take these two plumbers to the Devo chamber.
Why'd he say plumbers like it's a slur? Welcome to the de-evolving machine. This is where Koopa manufactures his minions through de-evolving random people and turning them into
Goombas.
Ah yes, because small, big-headed guy becomes large, small-headed guy. Now hear me out, I'm not going to do a rant. I'm just saying, why didn't you make them the Koopa Troopers? Surely that would have been much easier to adapt into live action. The dialogue in this scene feels so off. They start with explaining de-evolution, Luigi attacks Koopa for turning Toad into a Goomba, Mario then asks Koopa who he evolved from, it's a T-Rex by the way. Koopa then threatens the Marios with the same fate as Toad unless they give up the meteorite piece.
It's Toad?
And then they act surprised about what's happened to Toad? It feels like there's two versions of this scene that were filmed and then were jammed together in the edit, and the next scene proves that idea more. Mario and Luigi bust out of the chamber, locking Koopa in the machine during the process, but the chair's now covered in gunk? Look at this guard, he's slipping in diarrhea, where's that come from? There is a good reason why, and I know that I said I'd leave this for another time, but this film had so many production issues, rewrites galore, a shooting script, oh who needs that? It's mad! Up until this point the edit does a pretty good job of hiding the details, but from here on out there's oh so much the edit can do to save it. There is definitely something missing in this scene. I don't know what, maybe it was a rewrite or a reshoot, I don't know, but pay attention to the chair and the floor. In this shot, clean as a whistle. And here? Something is missing. And it ain't Mario this time. Also, Koopa gets de-evolved back to the Jurassic period, or does he? Like, nothing happens? Again, is something missing? It's not really clear what happens to him. The mushrooms growing in the police station try to give Luigi a bomb. Try putting that plot point to any other film. More slapstick chase scenes, nothing really to critique here. This is quite fun. The Goombas shoot fireballs, which makes this scene a little bit more Mario-like. The practical effects in this movie are really good, probably a highlight of the film alongside the set design. Mario and Luigi decide to steal a police car. Try adding that plot point to any of the games.
Alien species escaping from police detention.
Aliens? Oh, we gotta deal with aliens too?
Okay, that was a good one. We get some more funny banter between the brothers as we enter a car chase. Again, another fun sequence, a little bit too over the top for me. We do have flying cars just coming in to explode, but fun nonetheless. The brothers manage to escape the cops through a tunnel. Another win for our hero. Cut back to President/King Koopa taking a mud bath.
Scrumptious.
Iggy and Spike interrupt to tell him that the Mario brothers have escaped to the desert. Koopa's had enough of Iggy and Spike being morons, so he decides to evolve their brains in order to create smarter henchmen to take down the brothers. Which begs the question, why hasn't he done this to anybody else?
Hey, Nathan, do you know what the square root of 26,481 is?
What are you talking about?
191.
Fucking moron. I do find it funny that they're now using big words to describe the process, as if that's actually gonna make you sound smart. Congratulations, you can use a synonym. Good job.
Transmogrification.
More like a, transfiguration.
Ah, a simple metamorphosis.
Oh my god. Yeah, we get it. You've been made smarter. Shut up. Koopa orders handheld versions of the de-evolution guns to be made and handed out to the Goombas, all in time for the merging of the dimensions. If the guns look familiar to you, that's actually because they're repainted Super Scopes. That's pretty cool. Thought we're done meeting new characters? Nope. Say hello to Yoshi. Daisy's been locked up in a bedroom by Lena, waiting for Koopa to use her to merge the dimensions, I think. It's not really explained that well. And this is when we run into biblically accurate Yoshi, and if you think I'm going to complain about how he looks, wrong. I'm actually going to talk about how the puppetry for Yoshi is amazing. He actually looks kind of cute like this. You can tell so much care was put into this movie from the art team. It's a shame that the rest of the film kind of sucks though. Koopa then decides to go on another spiel about how Dinosaur World is terrible, yada yada, starts creeping on Daisy, yada yada. Damn, Koopa! That tongue's got some reach, huh?
I didn't know Koopa was freaky like that.
Back to the desert with the Mario brothers. Iggy and Spike are hot on their tail of this dinky-ass buggy, and then they promptly kill themselves. I thought that they were supposed to be smarter. You see, this film gives us a very interesting philosophical look into evolution. I mean, is it really evolution that puts a being on a higher pedestal to the rest of animal kind? Just because scientifically it may be more evolved, does that actually make it a better creature? Intelligence doesn't come from our evolutionary state, but maybe from our environment. Evolving doesn't make you more intelligent immediately, but maybe it gives you a more open mind. That's what sparks growth. Or maybe because it adds sod all to the story. Iggy and Spike are captured by the Mario Brothers, who fill us in on another exposition dump on the Rock MacGuffin. What is this, our fifth exposition dump? Why does the film keep re-explaining the plot to the characters who've already heard it 5 times beforehand? Are they accounting for the dads who fell asleep the other 4 times? Mario agrees to give them the rock if Iggy and Spike help retrieve Daisy for them. Sounds simple enough. Back in the city, the Mario Brothers get decked out in brand new suits to try and sneak into Big Bertha's club. I don't want to sound nitpicky as hell, but would it have really killed the production team to put them in red and green suits? This might be just because I'm looking at this from a modern lens, but Mario looks more like Wario. Mario tells Luigi to leave Big Bertha to him, saying,
No woman can resist the charm of a Mario.
Yeah, Mario gets decked.
Will you hit me again?
Dance with me. I'll hit you all you like.
What is it with everyone in this film being freaky? This scene is a blast. Mario's trying to take the stone while dancing with Big Bertha. It's fun, it's goofy. Bob Hoskins' face as he's trying to get the rock is amazing. The scene afterwards with the brothers trying to sneak out of the club is also fun, until they start throwing the rock back and forth for some reason. It fails and Lena ends up getting the rock herself. It's kind of a contrived reason for her to get it, bit nonsensical, but I'll give it a pass. I think I'm getting numb to this film's random choices. Big Bertha helps sneaks the brothers out by giving them her stompers, as they're called. Hey look, they're starting to become more like the Super Mario Brothers. Luigi finally picks up the bomb from the fungus. Cornered, the brothers jump into the back of a rubbish truck, setting course for Koopa Tower.
How are we gonna get in there? I got 2 words for you. Impossible.
Fucking moron. This next scene with Koopa is probably one of the best scenes in the film. Koopa feels like a real villain. This is probably Hopper's best performance in the movie so far. The dialogue is great. It's a mixture of menace and fun. We actually get to see the king too. There's a little Mushroom Kingdom reference too. That's cool.
You can go ahead and choke this little Mushroom Kingdom all you want.
This is just fun. Absolute hoot. Finally, the brothers are ready to storm the tower, defeat Koopa, get the girl, and save the world. But that's not all. We've sat through an hour of this film. We are finally getting to the climax. It's time for the Mario Brothers to suit up, to become the Super...
How do you screw up overalls?
Also, Mario and Luigi decide to disable the plumbing to freeze the dinosaurs. That's a cool plot point. It'd be a shame if the film just forgot this plot point and never bring it up again. Hey, remember that this is a kids' film? The film decides to give us this scene of the Mario Brothers getting trapped on a lift with a bunch of Goombas to make them dance. Okay. You see, why doesn't the clever plot point of, ooh, let's freeze the cold-blooded dinosaurs, not play into the final battle, but the silly little dance sequence with the Goombas does? This next scene is very weirdly paced. It feels like it was filmed at the end of the day and everyone has just stopped caring. We just speed through everything like a bullet. Iggy and Spike now dislike Koopa for some reason, so Koopa unenthusiastically orders their deaths.
Fascist, oppressor of the proletariat.
Guy in charge.
Egg sucker.
Kill them.
We need to talk. I want you.
Bro! Just like that? You're just, this is a kids movie! The film's editing problems are becoming more and more prevalent. Scenes just feel randomly thrown in because, I don't know, for fun, I guess? In between the scenes of Mario and Luigi breaking in, Koopa orders a pizza. Did it really need to be here? Also, remember Mario's girlfriend being kidnapped? Well, throughout the movie we do get these short scenes of the Brooklyn girls locked up, usually interacting with Daisy, except they don't feel like a full scene, they feel like half a scene, and they're thrown in randomly and break up the pacing, so I've sort of skipped them and just wanted to mention them here.
There's this guy, his name is Koopa, and he's looking for this princess. I guess none of us here fit the bill.
Yeah, because the scene definitely sounded like it was supposed to end there. Context feels left out as characters go from calm to enraged in the next scene they're in, either due to poor writing or editing, I don't know, it's hard to keep up. Lena now wants to merge the universes herself because she's jealous, I think? Either way, she goes to Daisy's room, planning to kill her so Koopa can't have her, but Yoshi comes to the rescue with his retractable tongue. Hey, that's cool, that's something from the games. Lena stabs Yoshi in the throat, holy moly. Daisy bumps into Toad Goomba alongside Iggy and Spike. Toad Goomba promptly catches fire. Daisy saves Toad Goomba and Iggy and Spike escape with her, now saying that they've always been loyal to the king. Again with the context thing, is this something I am missing, or do the writers suck, or maybe even it's both? Iggy and Spike's dialogue is just annoying to listen to. This whole smart guy babble is unfunny at best and grating at its worst, and this scene is the worst of the worst.
Perhaps at this moment of delicacy,
A delicate moment. A retreat is in order.
an ordered retreat.
This doesn't even sound like smart guy talk. It sounds like a 12-year-old using random long words they found in the dictionary to make them sound clever. Continuity errors are getting more and more common as well. In the suit-up segment, you can clearly see Mario and Luigi wearing the stompers, but for the next few scenes, they're now just completely gone. There's even this scene where Mario and Luigi have to jump over a bottomless pit, which probably would have been easy for them if their boots didn't despawn. And remember how I said that Mario and Luigi disabled the plumbing? It doesn't slow them down. It's mentioned for one random scene, but it doesn't affect the bad guys at all. So what's the flippin' point? It's sort of a shame in a way, because despite my complaints so far, this film has been pretty coherent in its plot. Sans a few plot points near the beginning. Daisy and the Mario brothers reunite, and she introduces them to her dad, King of the Realm, Koopa's first de-evolution victim and the source of all the weird fungus around the town. Which is pointless because Toad already explained that to us 40 minutes ago.
Oh, how's Daniela? Is she alright?
Daniela! I promised to take her to WrestleMania.
Poor Mario has been running around helping Luigi save his date, and he's lost his chance to see WrestleMania. Now, who's the real villain here? Mario runs off to save Daniela, but oh no, Daisy and Luigi get caught by Koopa. If only they followed Mario and didn't wait 10 seconds. Mario sneaks into the Goomba barracks. This woman decides to reveal to us that she's a massive idiot. Cue some fighting shenanigans. He then tells the girls to get the
Goomba mattress, take it over there.
Goomba mattress!
What makes a Goomba mattress different to a regular mattress? What's inside those mattresses, Mario? While this is happening, Lena gets attacked, having the rock taken away from her to be given to Koopa. They jet off down the pipes on the mattress, using the pipe as an ice slide, something Nintendo would shamelessly steal for Super Mario 64 3 years later. In the luckiest turn of events, Mario unlocks the ability to negate the forces of gravity to crash the soft mattress into Koopa and the Goombas, which leads us into the final battle. Now we've got into the climax of the movie, the fierce battle between Koopa and Mario. This fight's actually pretty decent. All of the main characters get something to do, and nobody gets sidelined, which is pretty neat. Koopa gets knocked into this thing, which makes this scuffle reflect the final battle in Super Mario World. And before you ask, yes, I did pull that comparison out of my backside. Koopa loses the rock, Lena catches it, and then lights up like a Christmas tree. Fried lizard woman. Lena makes off with the rock, pursued by Luigi and Daisy, and tries to merge the dimensions. While Lena is trying to merge the dimensions, you know, the big bad thing that shouldn't happen, does Luigi try to stop her? Nah, he just stands there while the kidnapped girls escape, when he or Daisy could have easily tackled Lena or something. Luckily, she ends up dead.
Man, she sure makes an impression.
Koopa and Mario end up merging with the human world, leaving Luigi and Daisy behind to remove the rock from the meteorite.
Those guys will do anything for publicity.
Scapelli, if you remember him actually being a part of the film, gets sacked and turns into a
Monkey!
I like how everyone is pointing and laughing at what is probably the most terrifying thing that could happen to someone. Glad the imminent destruction of humanity will get a few laughs. This is Again, a nothing scene. I get what it's trying to do, it's trying to get Scapelli out of the way, but Scapelli's been such a nothing threat to the characters that this just comes off as quite mean-spirited. This is a very horrible way for his character to go out, considering how he was just in the opening of the film, and that's it. Daisy and Luigi get the rock out, and they're all sent back to Dinosaur World. Back in Dinosaur World, Toad Goomba helps Mario by playing some funky tunes on his little harmonica, so the Goombas can get distracted by dancing, calling back to the elevator scene. Again, you had the plot point of using the cold to fight the cold-blooded reptiles, but instead, let's throw that away for another silly dance thing. The Mario Brothers band together armed with the de-evolution guns to take on Koopa. They blast Koopa, he turns into a T-Rex. They blast a T-Rex, he turns into snot. Game over, everyone's saved, sequel bait! And that's the Super Mario Brothers movie. It's weird, it's messy, it sucks as an adaptation, but I kinda love it. This film definitely falls into the it's so bad it's good category, but it's still an incredibly fun watch despite its shortcomings. It's not a Mario movie, but it's still a joy to watch. You could tell that there was love and care put into some aspects of this film. The sets, while nothing out of Mario games, look spectacular. There are some really clever gags in this film that don't just boil down to toilet humor. Mario and Luigi have some great characterization. It's just unfortunately wrapped in a bubble of shoddy editing, bad direction, and a multitude of terrible behind the scenes issues that plagued production, but the end result isn't horrible at all. I don't want to sound like I'm whining over this take on the Mario Brothers. One of the main reasons Nintendo were hands-off with this film was because they thought the Mario brand was strong enough to survive any types of reinvention or reinterpretation thrown its way, which is a lot of trust to give an outsider of your brand. It's a high-risk, high-reward strategy. With Mario, you could make the argument that it's pretty hard to adapt that into a live-action movie, but the Mario franchise wasn't devoid of more complex stories. You had the Mario cartoons, you had Nintendo Power's Mario comics also starting a year before this film was released to adapt or get inspiration, but how do you translate all that into a film? Well, clearly not like this!
I wonder how well the new Mario movie holds up.
Who's gonna f*** me?